All right, I'm recording now. So, welcome everybody to the SHAC meeting. Thank you for coming. We don't have a ton of things to go over today, but just a few things. On March 1st, Aurora Concepts is coming to do the 6th graders Tdap and meningitis vaccines if they haven't gone to the doctor. And then I probably have, I sent out letters to all the parents. I probably have, 80% of them that haven't gotten their vaccines yet. So I sent letters to everybody. I'll probably send the link to register, because I just sent the paper copy. And I may send the link out closer to the parent square for that. We'll also have flu vaccines, COVID vaccines, which flu, hopefully we're getting through that, but right now it's bad. Anyway, that's that. Then, really, only other thing that I had was, we get, like, every week we get, it's called the Friday Beat from the DHS, or the Department of Health and Safety. I don't know what it stands for. Sorry, I should know that. I sound really ignorant, but anyways. What did you say?
Department of
Yes,
Department of
DHS.
State Health Services.
Yes, the Department of State Health Services, thank you. Anyways, the National Drug and Alcohol Facts Week is March 18th to 24th, and I kind of felt like maybe as a SHAC, maybe we could come up with some kind of ideas to kind of promote that a little bit. I think everybody always assumes that everybody knows about drugs and vaping and all the things. Maybe we could come up with some. They had all kinds of ideas on there, like, of course, I mean, this is not limited to just alcohol and drugs. I mean, it could be vaping, let's see, opioids, it could be marijuana, tobacco, all the things that Nathan talked about, mental health and emotional health, and ways to access resources for that. Which we're doing what is it called again, Ms. Sykes?
It's YAM. Youth and Mental Health thing through Tyler. They're doing it for 8th graders.
Eighth graders.
Yeah.
So we're doing that right now too. So that's a good thing. But I kind of wanted to just open it up and see if anybody had any ideas. They also have people that will come from Department of Health Services and do, that's what you think? Yeah.
Yes, because when me and Ashley went to our school nurse update.
Yes.
And Carla Watkins gave a wonderful, amazing, eye-opening presentation to us as school staff. But then I talked to her about bringing it to our school, and she did. She brought it to D-Port back in October, maybe? And she toned it down to those 4th and 5th grade levels. She asked kind of what grade, and I said maybe our 4th and 5th graders. And she really did a good presentation that wasn't too above them, but just enough for them to understand. And she did a little presentation where she handed them out some Starburst. And if you had a yellow Starburst, you possibly had opioid laced candy. And it wasn't laced, it wasn't, but just the eye-opening for them to know that there's statistics like that one's good, but you've got a handful of yellow, and that one had 2 yellows. You just never know what you're going to get. But it was really good when she presented that. But she also does more in depth for junior high school age. More, what she talked about, the different drugs. So she'd probably go in more depth about the harsher drugs more than just opioids and marijuana and stuff like that. In vaping, she'd probably go more in depth. But she has really good presentations.
Okay, can you?
Yeah.
And maybe I can talk to Mr. Rosano about maybe getting some kind of assembly or something. Like maybe on a Fun Friday or something, we could do it instead of Fun Friday. And doing that week.
How long of a presentation was it?
For ours, she just did about 20-30 minutes and stuff, but I don't know for you guys. She could probably do 30-45 minutes. It depends on, she would be able to tell you what she usually does for her junior high school age and how long it is and what topics she goes over. Because they're like 4th and 5th graders, just kind of the basics and stuff about, accepting things from people you don't know and, your typical, you don't know if it was a truly ibuprofen, Tylenol type stuff, but for the high school and junior high, she might go into more in-depth stuff.
I guess the reason why I'm so like, yes, I feel like we need to do something because every day I hear, well, I got Tylenol from so-and-so before I came in here. Probably not here, which is totally innocent. But I'm like, well, how do you know 110% that that's just Tylenol? I was like, that's why we do not carry medicines on this campus whatsoever. Like, and of course they never tell me who they got it from, but, because they don't want to write anybody out. But I'm like, I'm not going to get anybody in trouble. I just want them to leave them in their car or leave them at home. Don't bring them in here because I want to set that precedent that, because even if most overdoses are accidental. Like, I mean, like, they don't even know what they're taking. That's what I'm saying, accidental. Like, I saw one on TV just the other day. A 16-year-old thought she was taking a hydrocodone from one of her friends, and it was laced with fentanyl and died. And so, like, I mean, I think it's very important that we be intentional, like, really put stress, like, even if it's totally innocent, like, don't take anything from anybody.
Yes, and then
Like,
also the effects it does to their body, and so she talked about that in her presentation and showed the pictures, you know, like this person, like, look at them, and they're like, oh, they look, you know, old, and, but she was like explaining how it changes your effects on your looks too, not just the dangers to your book, but how it changes you appearance-wise and stuff.
And it's not just drug addicts that are dying, it's kids that are just wanting to try it, or, you know, like, so, yeah.
I'll share her information, but she's through the DSHS, and she could come and do a presentation, and probably set up something for either campus, both campuses, 2 different times. She would definitely work with you, I think.
That would be awesome, like, and do high school too, yeah. I think we totally do high school. The other thing too, though, that was cool is like they had like, you could do like an art competition about it or something, and like do something like that, and maybe we could, I don't know how we would like make an informative poster about, maybe there's videos they could watch or something, like, and make a video or make a poster or make an art project about it or something, and maybe we could have some kind of competition with that or something, I don't know. I thought that was neat. I don't know. And then I like the idea of the lady coming. Does that sound like especially if that's what she does, like, that would be good.
That's what she does, and then if you did send out posters around your campus and stuff, like this week or even a week for this week and even after this week, if you set up posters or even have some of your students, if you have a good group of students that are in some type of a class on like student council or something, they went in and did things like that, put it around the school. You see your peers putting something out, kind of
They have that
encouraging.
media tech class
Yes.
that they make videos and stuff.
Yes, that would probably be a good.
Why don't they come up with a video, like, they definitely add it to the announcement videos, some kind of video they can make.
You were to get with the, is that Kelly Tucker that's over that, and see if maybe her class could come up with some type of, you know, educational video for the students, and maybe that week, I know I saw some of those videos where they go and do something theme related for that week, and if they, you know, they could talk to them, or just an awareness video talk. And I see their peers taking the stand against it, I think that's impactful.
I think the coolest thing that I saw was like, the whole thing was like, well, everybody's doing it. Well, in reality, not everybody's doing it. And so I think when people realize I looked it up just now, 6% of high school kids vape. It's not everybody, it's 6%. So, yes, it's way too high. I mean, you don't want any, but the thought that everybody's doing it, so I should do it too, kind of thing. I thought that was kind of cool. To think about that. Okay, so the high school could do a video for the announcements, and the junior high, they do announcement videos too. What about any kind of, when we went to like the art class, I asked, talk to Ms. Chapman and see if they could do like they make posters or something for it.
I can talk to, I know, this is kind of backtracking a little, but
Yeah.
for student council, we have a DASH committee, which is drugs, alcohol, safety, that kind of awareness.
Oh, yeah.
And at our spring convention, we need to have posters and stuff put together, and we'll do like a report of all that we have done to support saying no to drugs and alcohol over the year. So I will talk to Lance, because this is something we can really use. We can promote for our club and for SHAC and just like in general. So I could probably, we can make posters and hang them up or whatever else we need to do.
That would be perfect. That's awesome. So just, yeah, it's, the dates are on there, 18th through the 24th, so, I mean, probably gonna work on it pretty soon, but that would be awesome. Yeah, so we'll get the student council and high school involved. We'll get the media people involved and we'll do videos that week. And then we'll try to we'll see if she's busy that week and hopefully she can come that week. If not, she can come the week before or after or whatever.
What date is March 18th?
18th through 24th,
What's the week
Is that
after?
after spring break?
Spring break? It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
the week after spring break. So, yeah, we have to do it before spring break. Because after spring break, we won't have time. Yeah, I forgot about spring break. How could you forget about spring break? Okay, good. That was lots of good things. So, Libby's gonna work on the student council, high school side, and you're gonna we'll talk to the lady about coming here.
Yes, I'll share Carla Watkins' information with you.
Yeah, Carla Watkins. Cool.
And are you gonna talk to Media Tech?
Yes, I'll talk to the media. I'll talk to Tucker and who else does, is it just Tucker that does the
Yes.
videos? Okay.
TxDOT used to have a program where they have like the marijuana goggles and alcohol goggles, and they have the little cars that you can drive, put the goggles on, and it gives you the vision of someone that's drunk or high on marijuana. I haven't worked for DSHS in 3 years, but they came to Sulphur Springs one year for the high school and let them drive the little cars around. They set up an obstacle course, let them drive the little cars with the goggles on so they could see how impaired you are.
Yeah. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. I mean, they probably do it. Trying to think where they could do it on campus. Do your garage
In the gym, that's where they set it up in Sulphur Springs. I even got in there and put the goggles on, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Eye-opening.
They're just real particular about what goes on that floor.
Yeah.
I don't know, like super particular. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, where could we? That would be. I mean, I love the idea. Maybe we could do it on the back gym in the high school. Maybe they wouldn't be so particular. They wouldn't be so
Auxiliary, yeah.
the auxiliary. Yeah, they wouldn't be so. That would be a good place to do it. Okay, so do you have a contact that we could?
I have a contact at DSHS. I will call her. I tried to get her to come today.
Yeah.
One was going to North Lamar SHAC was today, so they were going to that SHAC meeting, and then one was going to Mount Pleasant. So yeah, I'll contact them and see if they can get a hold of TxDOT, see if they still have that program.
That would be awesome. Because if we can get that week too, that'd be cool. We could just make this a big week, like, that would be fun.
It's interacting for them to keep
Yes.
their attention on and not just like, you know, like that, oh, they read or see and they're not paying attention, you know what I mean?
Yes.
On just a video, because I guess they just sort of get the attention of class, but if they got to do something interactive, it might help more.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be so cool. And then at the junior high, I know the high school student council's gonna make posters and stuff. At the junior high, I could talk to Ms. Chapman about some of the art classes there. They have several videos they could watch, and they could just watch the videos and maybe come up with some kind of art project to go along with it or something. Maybe I could send Chapman that man. I don't know if she's got like all of her stuff lined out for the rest of the year, but maybe I could ask her about. I'll ask Chapman about that for junior high. That would be cool, and then they could display their stuff around the school too.
Yes.
They would. I mean, that would give those kids.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about Beta. Like when it was, it's like the kids that don't always get like in the spotlight. That would give them a way to get their spotlight too. It's like, hey, I made that or I drew that, you know.
Other than like sports and.
Yeah, sports always getting, you know. There was a kid on the quiz ball. I did quiz ball judging. There was a kid, and that event was made for him. Like he was so quirky and different, and there was like he wasn't athletic. He wasn't. I mean, he didn't look like he would. I mean, I'm not judging, but didn't look like he would be like a band kid or anything like that. But he was like on it on quiz ball. I'm like, this was for you. Like I was so excited for him. Like he like thrived. So I'm all about finding things that kids can thrive in. So chatting into art. Okay. So that's really all I had for this meeting. I know next meeting we had, scheduled for, I'll tell you exactly what, April the 10th is what I have written down. For the next one. If anybody has anything that you can come up that they would like to present for the SHAC meeting for that one, then just, we have to have the agenda 10 days prior. So just with, 2 weeks before that, if you have anything that you want to put on the agenda or whatever for the meeting, then I guess submit it to the school nurse or something, and we'll get it on there. But that's all I had for this meeting. If anybody had anything they wanted to add or anything they needed to talk about or.
Still no insight on like chairman or any.
Yeah, anybody want to be chairman? Amy?
What do I have to do? Do I have to stand up and talk?
Basically, I will hand over the gavel. I didn't want the gavel to begin with. But I kind of just,
Does it, sometimes they lead, I know when we first started, Lori Davis was doing it, and she had come up with a PowerPoint presentation, she
Yes.
kind of led it, like she sat back here in the back row and talked.
yes,
Like we did our video thing, she just kind of led it, come up with the topics. And then if, like, those meetings went on, if there was we brought up the EpiPen situation that year, and so we kind of went into that with our other meetings on top of that meeting, that first one, she's kind of talked about what SHAC was at the beginning of the year, which is always a great one to start with. But then, she had us all like do topics, and so we just kind of picked a topic to talk about, bullying, that's how we got on the bullying situation, and,
it was broke already.
and things that just kind of led the meeting, and then chairman would be, I guess, would also be the one to help if they felt like it would, because you're speaking for the parents, and, because you have to have mostly parents.
Right.
Yes.
So if it's better to be after school hours on a different day of the week, that's
Yes.
something the chairman could make that decision
Okay.
on.
I guess if nobody else wants it, do you want to?
I'm already on the elementary PTO, but I'll check out there.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Maybe if we went to some PTO meetings or something and said,
Yeah.
this is what SHAC is, we need y'all to come.
Yeah.
There's very few of us, let me tell you, like,
Oh,
Miss
really?
Martin sits in there with us, Miss Henson sits in there with us. I'm the VP on there, but like, let me tell you, the only ones who run it are Gina Pillars, or not, Angie Pillars, Gina Ross, me, and Laura Flack. Really, that's
Well, it
like,
hasn't changed. I don't have any elementary kids anymore, but when I was in PTO, it was like
we literally run
3 or 4 and
everything.
that was it.
Yeah, by ourselves, so, yeah, there's not. And then like Miss Henson is more our like school, and now Gina works for the school, so it's just Laura and I and Angie who are the only ones like not.
Yeah.
So we're not big.
I don't know how to get people here other than offer food. You know, Chisholm has a meal with their SHAC because they have theirs at noon. And they used to order like meals and feed them. I guess maybe they have a budget for that, I don't know. But that's the only SHAC meetings I've ever been to. When you have food, they come.
Yep,
Yeah.
we used to do before
Well, and the hard
COVID.
part with noon, like,
Yeah,
my
we
lunch
had-
is at 1.
Yeah, we used to meet at the hospital, at the, was it Lewis Center?
The Lewis Hall.
Yeah, Lewis Hall.
Yeah, I didn't like that because it was Paris, North Lamar,
Yeah,
and
everybody kind of do their own thing and then, or we'd have a group and then split up or vice versa. But we didn't do that but a year, 2, and then COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then nobody wanted to do that again, because I called them all and they were like, no, we're doing our own thing. I'm like, okay.
Oh, bye.
And I think the assistant superintendent at one time at North Lamar was got that all, everybody going together thing. Don't you think? I can't remember his name. Yeah, he's gone now. But
I did bring that to her PTO about coming, especially Angie, because she's not got anybody junior high, but she has a high school, and she's she just does one too. So I like it, but like Laura doesn't have any, and she has elementary.
Well, now that we have Parent Square,
Yeah.
beginning of the year,
Parent
maybe
Square.
somebody can put it on there. Junior high kids don't take anything home to their parents, you know what I mean?
Well, and I think they have sent home, well, y'all did put it on parents.
Yeah,
Did you?
that's how I knew about
I did
it
it
today.
too.
It was on there.
But
Yeah,
at the beginning, I mean, like, as
Yeah.
information, we need people to be on SHAC, you know what I'm saying, to try to recruit some
What
parents.
about when we have Meet the Teacher, like, I know like we schedule time for like computers and stuff, but maybe they could just squeeze in, especially like in the sixth grade, or even like the freshman orientations, so to say, like, we could squeeze in like, hey, also, if you want like to give your opinion or this or that on like, help all this, like, you know what I mean, we maybe could squeeze that in there and get like some help at the beginning of the year. Not saying that parents will like remember and everything by then, but maybe at least we can promote it more.
Or at least have somebody, like, I know, we have a teacher here, we could have somebody set up in the gym or something.
Yeah, or in the hallway, like right in front of the front doors, like you have to leave
or
going
even just
out.
send the flyers home before every meeting, just to send more, you know, get it, a reminder.
Our only issue, my parents say have never brought me one single thing from the school that comes in.
I get
If they
parents
don't.
squares.
I get parents where that is the most like,
I
that's
like
the
it.
best thing, because
I
now I know
like
what's
it.
going on.
And I think, and then they sent us a thing that said like, there was like, what, like 97% of kids signed up for Parent Square, so
Yeah.
it's getting out there.
It's getting, yeah,
People see them.
yeah, I
Whether
like
they
parents.
really read them or not.
Right.
I know, or
Sometimes there's a lot of information coming through there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of, I like it though.
I do too.
I do too,
Yeah, I
rather
do, because
than
last year I
a
was
remind for each separate thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to officially make it official at the chairman? Like, vote, like, I suggest nominate? Alright. Okay.
So Candace, or
Uh,
did one of us nominate Amy? Or did Amy volunteer?
I nominated Amy.
Yes.
Amy willingly accepted.
I'll accept.
Alright. Anyone
Alright.
second that motion?
I'll second. Let's just second it. Okay, well, cool. Anything else for now? And so for next meeting on the 10th, April 10th, you'll just get with, if you want to send me a PowerPoint or tell me what to put on it or whatever. I'm
Okay.
glad to help in any way I can. I didn't even scroll through this. I did make a PowerPoint.
It's good. We had it on the paper.
Yeah, it was on the paper. Yeah, so I can make a PowerPoint, and hopefully we can get more people.
After the last one, well, not the last one, the one before,
Uh-huh.
I posted on Facebook and I had moms saying, let me know when the next one is on
Yeah.
time. And then
Yeah.
they're not here.
Yeah.
And it's hard because it's gotta be parent-led, kind of like, you know, PTOs, teachers and parents, but a lot of times it's just typically ends up being your parents, but this one's supposed to be mostly
Yes.
parents, and it's hard because they see school staff, I think it's all school staff, though, oh, I don't have, you know, it's,
Yeah.
I hope we can get more parents.
But and I think more people knew too. Like I didn't know that like all of the education regarding sexual education or whatever went through the SHAC meeting. I didn't know that like that certain things like that. Like if people knew what the SHAC can do.
That's why I think, especially at the beginning of the year, like so many come to meet the teacher, or that like come for like freshman orientation, like leaving 8th grade, like so many come. I think if we just even had a table set, because I know for a fact there's parents that want to be involved. Like I've been asked many times, is there PTO for junior high? I'm like, there was like one at the beginning of the year, but they don't really have like, you know, a lot. I have no idea about high school, so I know parents that want to be involved, but they just don't know where to be involved yet. And I think especially at the beginning of the year, if we were like, hey, by the way, here's this and this, I think that would help a ton, because it would be us putting ourselves out there, because there's really nothing else. I mean, maybe if, like, when you have like the end of the year awards and stuff, but then, you know, you don't think about it over summer again. So I feel like getting there would be like the best time to promote.
I agree. I agree. Okay.
And I talked to Brenda Reed, I saw her yesterday on campus and asked about the 5th grade, 4th grade thing with your, schoolwork. And she said everything was good, so there's no complaints. So if you want to teach it in 4th grade, you could. If you want to teach it in 5th grade. Mine worked out, I taught it in the fall of 5th grade, and so it's worked out. I think I'm hopefully get to continue doing that in the fall. I think it works out, it's early and stuff, but you're able to teach it if you needed to, or keep it in the, so it's open till 4th or 5th grade year. Perfect.
And thank you for coming, student representatives, and so you're gonna talk to student council. Okay. Anything else, everybody?